Hey, Eleanor here, and today I am doing my first ever tag. Woo! So yeah, I found this on One Book, One Review. She created the big books tag. Very simple, you just find the 5 biggest books on your bookshelves that you've read and the 2 biggest that you have not. So yes, I thought this was a good tag to do. I will leave the original video down below, and yeah, so here we go. We'll start with my 5 books that I have read, big books, and I'm going to go from biggest to smallest, but it won't always look like this. So, my first book is The Passage by Justin Cronin. I love this book a lot, but yeah, he's pretty big. It's a paperback as well, so he's a bit awkward. But yeah, he came in at, I'm calling a book he, but it came in at 963 pages, so he was pretty decent. I'm not entirely sure how long it took. I maybe went away quite quickly through this because I got really hooked really quickly. So maybe it took me just over a week, but that wasn't continuous reading because I was having to do a lot of other stuff too. But yeah, possibly 2 weeks actually. But no, really enjoyed this book. Next biggest is Inheritance by Christopher Paolini. Apologies, I love your books, but I have not learnt your name. It's the final book in the Inheritance cycle. And this comes in at 860 pages. So, yeah, he's pretty fat. But yeah, good book. Next book is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. I'm sure many people doing this tag probably have this on their shelf. And this comes in, or my copy comes in, at 766 pages. So yeah, he's done pretty well. He looks pretty good for goodness knows how many times I've read it. Book number 4 is another one in the Inheritance cycle, because they're all freaking huge. Brissinger by Christopher Paolini. Your book number 3? Yes. I'm pretty sure it's number 3 now, I'm getting confused. But yes, book number 3 in the Inheritance cycle, and that comes in at 763 pages, so that's only 3 pages shorter than Harry Potter. But I am including like all the sort of translations and how to pronounce the different names, so that's all in there as well, so probably even less. And then book number 5, which I have read, is The Kin by Peter Dickinson. I read this years ago. I must have only been about 12 when I read this book. I remember really enjoying it, but I can barely remember anything about it. It was told in 4 parts by 4 different members of a family, and it's set in like 200,000 years ago in Africa. It's all sort of tribe people and stuff. But yeah, I was quite pleased with myself getting through this when I was about 12. That probably was one of the biggest books I've read at 632 pages, so I was quite pleased with myself. Now, the 2 books which are on my shelf which I haven't read are, the biggest is this beauty at 1,408 pages. It's the complete Sherlock Holmes collection by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Look at it, it's gorgeous, and it's got the original picture, the original pictures inside from the Strand magazine or paper it was printed in, and it's just gorgeous, and it's got the red lining, and the other biggest book on my shelf, which I haven't read, is a lot smaller compared to that one. It is 746 pages, and it's The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest by Steg Larsson, whatever. And this is the 3rd book in the Millennium Trilogy, which is with Elizabeth Salander, there we go, and the Hackers, and it's all the Swedish films, and then the Daniel Craig films, stuff like that. That was the big book tag. I really enjoyed it. Comment below if you've read any of the books I've showed, especially The Kin. I'm interested to see if any other people have read that book, and if you have, please tell me more about it, because it's been so long, and I have so many other books to read and reread that I don't know if I can bear to add it to my list. But yeah, so let me know what you think of any of those books. This was a fun tag. Thank you, One Book, One Review.